Hey, Mr. Parker here to review a new one from Artsploitation Films, and this is Fever. I had not heard much about this, but Artsploitation, again, is a pretty quality company, and they release a lot of interesting films from all the way around the world. This one is from France. This is actually based on a book, which I am not familiar with. That's kind of a pattern on some of these Artsploitation films. And this is kind of an interesting, intriguing film. What we have here is it opens up with a murder that's off screen and two young men who well dressed, look nice, clean kept, escaping and kind of running away and arguing. A woman spots them and is a little bit intrigued and confused and definitely interested in what they're doing. She seemingly thinks there's something going on. Later she finds out that there was a murder that took place across from where she worked, and she starts suspecting the boys. Meanwhile, the boys are two kind of from nice families. One is better off than the other one, kind of pays for the other one's a lot of his things and whatnot. And the two are going to college, and they start to kind of looking into their own past and their family history and whatnot and things like that, and how it kind of relates to the story that is happening now. There's a kind of a theme in this movie that is sort of like if there's a crime committed by chance, it's not really a crime because there wasn't a motive. And that element plays through. It also kind of reflects the past of France and some characters and possibly one of the people's ancestors kind of turning people over to the Nazis during World War II. That idea is like kind of in the film throughout, and it's a bit kind of I'm not necessarily sure if I think it comes together at the end completely. Like the book, I imagine gets a little bit more in depth, but the character who spotted them, she seems to be kind of thrown into turmoil because of this. She starts questioning more with her kind of loveless relationship, and that kind of has her questioning things as well. It's a very competent movie. It's shot well. It's acted well. There's no real complaints about it. I just felt that 100% is probably more of a statement on life, that it's not really supposed to come 100% together. It's just kind of like there's murder, and then there's this, and there's that, and there's somewhat interrelated, but not everything is as interrelated as you would want it to be, or it is sort of how everything brushes against each other. Like I said, I thought that the film was well made, well shot, well acted, and there are some interesting moments. There's a good relationship between the boys, one being from Jewish descent, and one being from the descent of the people that possibly, sold the Jews out to the Nazis. There's an interesting friendship between the two, and there is some funny moments, but very bizarre behavior from the two as well. So if you guys are interested in this film, I would say check it out if you like kind of art, kind of thrillers. But it's not as suspenseful as one would think, and it's more of a coming of age story. But their meaning to me isn't as clear cut as I'd want it to be, and typically I like that kind of stuff. But I just feel like I didn't grasp 100% their meaning here. But I do like the kind of reoccurring theme throughout the film. Not necessarily if I don't agree with it, but it is interesting to say the least, and it presents that in an interesting way. Besides that, I don't have much to say about this feature. There'll be a trailer at the end. I'm sure that more people are more familiar with the book and more familiar with this kind of theme in film could push you further along than I can. But that's just my take on the film. Like I said, kind of a bizarre film that I don't think wraps up as nice as I would want it to wrap up. But that is Fever. I'm Mrparka. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Nous savons que ce que nous attendons de vous est surhumain. Il vous faudra être surhumainement inhumain.
Les deux jeunes de la rue de l'Ambre, à votre avis, ils ont fait ça pourquoi?
Peut-être ils savent faire que ça.